What's up, everybody? This is the Runners Club podcast. This is episode 62, and I am your co host, Courtney Phillips.
That was so smooth. I am your co-host, Ian Gonzalez. That was like perfect. Like I should have waited until after I said my name to compliment you, but that was like really, really good. We should just like chop that part and just add that to every episode until I get my shit right. And then it's just like one perfect introduction.
Thank
But
you. Thank you.
that was like really, really good. We
You
should
know,
we should
uh-huh.
no, we should no, never mind.
Go ahead.
But no, we should warm up before our every episode. Like we should go into
Yeah.
this ready instead of cold. I like that.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Well, we started late today. Like we were, normally we would start 2 hours earlier, and it's like I'm rolling out of bed. Okay.
Facts.
At least you get time to like eat breakfast. Like I eat breakfast usually after we record, and it's like, yeah, I haven't even had a full conversation with myself yet. You know what I mean? Like I am very cold.
There is something to that because I feel like this is also the second podcast in a long while that we've done at a later time. And I'm like you own. Like once you have a minute for yourself in the morning, you own. We might have to figure something out.
I'm here for it.
That. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Thursday I come in later, or I come in earlier, or something like that. But you're right. I think you just need a minute.
And I need a second.
Right. You've been making the sacrifice to hop on because you're 2 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, but I do see a difference.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I've had my tea this morning. I had a nice little breakfast, maybe some eggs, sausage. Okay. Just some mushrooms.
Same.
It was so freaking good. And I feel alert. I also came home very late last night because I feel like that meme. We had a time last night. We had a time last night. We had a time last night. Ooh, oh my God. I've been like waiting to tell you about this.
Oh my God. I love it.
And I'm very excited. I've told maybe a couple people at this point, and it's like it's just I had a very LA dinner last night, and
okay.
I could dive right into it, but because I guess it's part of my update. But I just feel like being in LA is hilarious because it's like sometimes you get invited to a dinner, and that dinner is at an exclusive restaurant that I didn't know. I'm still so new with that. When people say, "Oh, I'm going to this, we're going to go here," I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And I'll look it up on Google, and then I see the photos. I'm like, "Oh, it's just a normal restaurant, whatever." Come to find out, it's this place called Horses. No one can ever get a reservation. It's it's like very
Fire.
quirky in the inside, very small, very packed. And
it's exclusive when it just got a random ass. Like, are they serving horses? Is
right.
this IKEA Swedish meatballs upscale though? Like horses. Like
So you go in and there's paintings of horses everywhere, but it's also very abstract horses. Like, and then you go in the bathroom and it's completely purple. Like it's very exclusive, but then also very LA eclectic. Like it's a vibe. And I was cracking up, first of all, because we had a reservation and we had to wait a while to get seated, and we were blocking like the walkway, and like the host came to us like over, because literally I was with a group of 10 people. Okay. And it was like with a brand. And 3 of those people were with the brand. So it was a very, very, very small group. And it was great. Like, but then the host was like, "Yeah, you guys can grab a drink, and you can go ahead, like, maybe you could just like step outside." And then one of the other women was just like, she's like, "Yeah," she's like, we have a spot for you, and it's on the street." Okay. Like y'all can like take your drinks outside. We didn't move. Like I wasn't drinking. I found a little nook and I sat in it, and I was like, I'm not moving because I'm out of people's way. And I also was just like, not really drink. I had 1 glass of wine, and I'm like, cause I'm training. I'm in my training season. I'm also just like, I'm just trying to be responsible. And also our dinner was at like 9 p.m.
Okay.
Which felt to me like midnight. Cause I
straight up and down.
Yeah. Like, cause I'm like in the bed at 9. Okay. So 45 minutes passed. We're finally seated. Great. And I'm minding my business, eating the delicious food that's in front of me because we got like the entire menu. It was like a 5-course meal. It was delicious. And we were sharing the food. Da, da. Then I turn to my left and I see Alexa Demi from Euphoria. Maddie. Maddie
What?
from Euphoria.
Maddie?
Yes. I was
Hey,
like, hold
Maddie.
on, wait a minute. Because, like, but I always second guess myself when I see people who are famous because when you see them in real life, it's like they're a human being. And then it's like, okay, does this person just look like the person I think this person might be? Or is it actually that person? That's
Right.
always the conversation I'm having. And she's over there minding her business. And like our table's here, her table is right next to us. And she's like in the corner. Then I'd look to my right, and I don't know if you've ever watched the show Rami.
Rami?
Thank you.
Who
Okay.
was that from Rami?
But it wasn't Rami, it was the friend Mohammed, and then the
Fuck, I
spinoff
love
show
Mo.
the thing is, I knew you would appreciate me telling you this because I've told other
Yes.
people and like they don't give a fuck, but I'm like, that nigga is hilarious and I
Have you
love
seen
him
his actual
acting.
show, like his own show on Netflix?
I saw, well, when I was confirming that it was him, I was like, I noticed that it was like Rami and then the comedy show, and then it was Mo that came out after because Mo is that show.
It's
Brilliant.
hilarious.
So fucking good. So I do want to check out the comedy show. I just feel like that's like, yeah, but so he was eating, just kitty corner to my right. Continue to eat the food, had the best fucking burger I've ever had in my life. Okay.
Whoa.
The best, like,
horse meat is amazing.
Ain't no, but like no Chicago, I don't think any Chicago restaurant could like, they don't have nothing on this burger. Like the like,
Whoa.
like, and there was a Caesar salad that they started. They gave us olives. They gave us, people go there and they like rave about the bread and butter supposedly because it's like that also is very good. The olives were very good. The motherfucking burger was off the chain. The aioli was amazing. The fries were perfectly cut. Okay, the Caesar salad didn't look like no Caesar salad, but tasted like the best Caesar salad I've ever had. Then, okay, we're getting through the courses, right? Like, there's trout on the table. There's all this stuff. And then
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
The main woman that's from this brand, she like came up to, she like got close to me on my left side. She goes, that's Nas right there, right?
No, get the fuck out of here. No.
Excuse me. Because the thing is, I looked over to my right because Maddie, Alexa Demi, because like I'm sitting here facing the booth and the rest of the table is to my right. I'm on the end of the table. Maddie, the first of all, the room has all of maybe 10 tables in it.
Oh, so it's intimate.
My nigga. Because we had to go up like this little, like 4 or 5 stairs. They was probably
complaining about y'all for having so many people at one big ass table.
Right. Because we had to go up like 5 stairs to get to the room that had the tables. Everywhere else was like a bar and like these little booths. And it's like super packed down there. So then like, yeah, our room, like 10 tables. So Maddie is in the corner of the room on the booth area. And then, and I'm like, so that's to my right, but like kind of in front of me. Nas and his friend is right. I could literally, he's not facing me. His back is toward me, but if I stretched my arm out, I could have touched him.
Slapped him in the back of the head.
My nigga. And I was so confused because I was like, isn't he, I thought he was, I don't know why. I've always thought Nas was just like a little bit more dark skinned, but he's light skinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like, why I didn't recognize him right away. Cause I just like, first, I just thought his hair had a darker complexion, but then I was like, my dumbass, I was like, I just Googled him really quickly because I'm just like, that's not. And then I'm like, oh, that nigga is light skinned, and that is him right there.
Yeah. And his older age, like his skin got that like I got money
butter
smoothness to
fucking
it.
Butter.
It's like are you drinking different water? Like
my G. It's giving Pharrell.
Your own vegetables. Like how do you make your skin look? It's like
he's eating at restaurants like horses.
Like
okay,
bro. Like what? Who is consuming all of your stress? Because there has to be somebody just over your body at night sucking all this gray hair I got at 33 is stress. Okay, these are my stress markers. So it's like, what level of stress? Because not Nas,
the money.
Nas literally has the skin of a 15-year-old.
Yeah, like literally, like and he's a little shorter, which I mean everybody's shorter than me.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah, see Nas is like yeah, he just I his yeah, he's beautiful. Nas is beautiful. And I also didn't recognize his braid. Like he had a hat on and like these braids. And the thing is when
Oh, you
when
got
we
braids now,
first
okay.
yeah, like he has these like, and that's also why I didn't recognize him too, because I was like,
Right, because when
I'm
you
used to the buzz cut, like the not the buzz, but
yeah,
like the shorter.
yeah,
And
the
and I guess
Caesar, you feel me?
right, okay, you put me on game. Let me know what it's called. I like and it, like and also people's stature in real life is so interesting because it's like Alexa Demi is like teeny tiny petite, so small. She's like she looks like she's 5'3", like to me,
Right.
because I'm a giant. And then like same with Nas, like he look that
Oh,
nigga
boy.
look, you know what first of all, okay, he's like now I'm just curious. He's five, yeah. Nas is 5'8", so also smaller than me. Like everybody is like
Wait, wait,
I'm
wait,
a
wait, wait,
giant.
wait, 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 wait.
Yeah.
I just in turn wait, never mind. You know what? Never mind.
What? What?
Never mind. None. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead, story. Go ahead, story. Just go ahead.
So, because what the before someone before I was told that it was not like I remember looking over to my left and just kind of looking at these two dudes. And I was like, they're probably famous, like or they know somebody famous, or they're like you could just get the aura was there, and I was like, these niggas,
Yeah.
they're in here very comfortable.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know who he's sitting with, but the guy in front that was facing me, like, yeah, the vibes, you know. And then
Uh-huh.
it was funny because we to my now if I like look down the table to my right, there's another
Mhm.
bar like on the other side of this like short wall. And there's this
Yeah.
guy that was just the whole time was just like staring in our direction.
He was trying to
And
figure out who you was.
no, well, like I was looking at him like, okay, so he's just standing there. You know, I thought maybe he was waiting for a table or something like that. Cause like I noticed him first before I even realized that was, you know, Nas over there. And he was just being weird. And then I realized that, oh, that's his bodyguard. Cause he got up to go to the bathroom. That nigga went to the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Got you,
You know what I
got you.
mean?
Yeah, he was like he
Yeah.
was like he
He
was like,
just
I'm out to watch her ass.
yeah, no, he was just looking over. He was basically looking over our table the entire time because he was right there, but giving him space. And like I went to the bathroom, and then he was outside the bathroom, and I was like, "Nigga, are you following me?" And then I realized, oh, Nas is not at his seat because he's in the bathroom, and your ass is
Right.
outside the bathroom. I get it. So, yeah, just you know, just a normal encounter. Um, just a very obviously, I'm geeked. I feel like the people who are from LA, um, this is very normal. They're just like,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't matter. You just go out. Blah, blah. But I mean, I didn't realize when because I was getting ready to go out and Jessica, Matthew's sister, was just like, oh, you're going to horses? She's like, I've been trying to go there for the longest. Like, people can never get. I'm like, okay, well then I guess I gotta go. Like that I'm in there, and I have somebody didn't eat one of the burgers and took half of that, split that with somebody else. I got that for lunch. Okay, about to smash. Like
But
that
this
shit
is I'm
was.
saying, I'm around the way. I'm leaving here with
I
something.
don't even know. I need a
I'm
memory
around the
song.
way.
I mean,
I'm leaving here with
took a
something.
motherfucking burger back. I'm not trying to waste no food, like you know. So,
You didn't say up the horse's restaurant. I'm leaving here with something.
like,
Oh
look,
my God, man. I
yeah,
love it though. I love the energy.
yeah.
There we go. Listen, God bless you for sharing. First of all, I just want to say, like, you know, that's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you a good Christian woman right there. Like, I wouldn't have shared none of that.
Because
This whole
look,
do you want some fries? You can have some
look.
fries.
Let me tell you, and this is something. This is something because look, okay, y'all. For context, we had a guest today. That guest we have to pivot because the guest is not feeling well. But
Mhm.
the conversation would have been partially about race. And I had it, and that's the thing. Last night, even just about that motherfucking burger, I was sitting and I was having a conversation with this white woman, Yogi, you know,
Okay. Okay.
and we was getting along. We was sitting in the little booth before we went to the table, blah, blah, vibes,
Mhm.
vibes.
Mhm.
And we both were connecting because we were talking about how we used to be vegan and now like we fucking love meat and we're just da, da, da,
Mhm.
and we feel better. Our brain feels like it's fed. And we both saw, because like the waitress, they were giving us everything on the menu in multiples. So they had like 3 burgers on the table and everybody was like
Wow.
cutting into it. One of the burgers was sitting in front of a vegan and then they didn't take it. So then I was like, I said, I'll take that home. Like,
Mm.
if no one's gonna eat it, it's a perfectly well done. It's a nice burger sitting there with all the fries and the aioli. I'll take it home. And I was being very serious. Then this woman at the end, towards the end of the night, she's like, yeah. She talks to the waitress and then she's like, yeah, I mean the burger, da da da. Tries to claim the burger for herself and take it home for herself. And I'm like, these white, and this is the thing. I'm not saying I dislike white people when I talk about white folks. The whiteness, the entitlement of whiteness sometimes will fuck you
Mhm.
up because
Mhm.
I said I wanted that burger first. And then she had the
Mhm.
audacity to say in front of my face to a waiter to pack it up so she could take it home.
Mhm. Okay.
Absolutely
Okay.
fucking not. I said,
Okay.
we can split
Okay.
it. You know what I
No,
mean?
as you should. As you
Right. And
should.
so now I
Right.
have half of my burger. But whose idea? I would have done that from the beginning, but then she just literally tried to just take it.
Yeah.
And that's the part that
I
I'm like, please.
okay. I get you. I get you 2000%. 2000%. You know, she had the audacity, the caucasity to just
The
hear you say that you
entitlement.
wanted this burger and be like, nah, I'm taking this burger. First of all, I just got one question. Who was she? Was she like one of the people who took y'all out to eat?
No.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay. I
not
was just
talking
wondering if there
about it.
was a
Yeah, I'm
power
not.
dynamic there,
No,
because
no.
also
She
like
wasn't paying
if
for it.
that food was that good, it's every man for themselves, and she shot a shot. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it was very
I
good.
don't know. I don't know if it would have been. I don't know if she did that only because you was a black woman.
No,
I
of
think she would
course,
have
no.
did that to the white yogi next to you because she
The
wanted that
point,
burger.
right? No, but the thing is whiteness is never conscious of itself.
Okay, okay.
She
Speak
wouldn't have
on it.
never done that because I'm a white. That's never the reason underneath. Whiteness is very there. The probability of
Oh, so
whiteness
she
being
didn't. You
conscious
saying
of
she didn't
itself.
do it
She's not doing
because
it because she.
because it's you and stuff. She could feel like she could take away from you. She just did that because she felt the level of entitlement that she was able to do that. Whatever.
Yeah, and also it's like that's. I guess there's layers to this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
See, I wish we had our guests on because they speak fluent in this. So
yeah.
you know, like they
This
could have broke it
because
down for
it's
me.
a little bit of both of those things where it's just like
Yeah.
you're sitting in front of a black woman and she's saying what she wants,
Okay.
right?
And you gave 0 fucks.
And
I
instead,
don't even care.
and it's like, right, but it's just like,
Didn't even ask you if you want to
didn't
split it. It
even,
was just like, I'm gonna circumvent you. Go to the waitress. Yo, pack that up for me. That's mine.
right.
That's
When
mine.
I
That
literally was
belongs
talking,
to
it
me.
wasn't like I said out into the ether or just general space, I'll take that home. I
Yeah.
was literally speaking to her about it. And I was like, yeah, I was just looking at that.
Oh.
I would, yeah, I was like, I'll take that home with me. I was like, they could pack it up. I'll take it home. I said it to her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like,
Oh.
it's
She was
so,
like, you think?
right. And so that's what I'm saying is just, it's like whiteness. It's never you're a black woman and I don't care about you. It's never that. Whiteness is never that conscious of itself. It's
Oh,
just
here
moving
we go.
through life, being with a sense of freedom and options and entitlement where you don't even need to think about that shit in the depth of it and how it can actually affect the person in front of you.
Hmm.
And it's like that's the freedom of being white. And
Okay.
it's
This is
like
interesting.
and that's it, and of course it's more, it's like there's more to it, but it's also just like she looked me dead in the eye when she said that to the waiter, said, "Pack it up," and then looked down at me.
She
And then I
power played
said,
your ass.
"Right."
She tried to
And
power play you.
literally, it was definitely one of those, okay, so you look at me straight in the eye right now and you're doing this.
Yeah,
And it's and
that was an alpha woman move right there.
and then I was like, how about we split it, right? Because it's like, bitch, you just fucking heard me say that I wanted it. Like, and of course we're
Mhm.
talking about a burger right now, but apply
Right.
that to any other situation in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel
Facts.
me?
Facts. 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 Ooh, I wonder why she felt the need to power play you like that.
For
Like,
no, we was just talking for like 45 minutes waiting on on our table, and it's vibes, right? But it's just like,
Hmm. Interesting.
it's very interesting because it's like, I'm sorry, who the fuck do
Yeah,
you
that
think
was
you're
that
talking
that
to?
was a power play. She want to be the alpha in that situation.
For no reason though, because the thing is the dinner was all vibes. There was no expectation to get content. It was just like
Yeah.
people, it was a
But I
community
feel
coming
like
together.
those are the most opportune time to do a power move on someone because it's
Sneaky.
it's so low stakes, right? That you can do it in front of everybody and it's not you're not looked at like so much as a jerk or anything like that. You can almost do it undercover, but also it because it's so low stakes, like you can all it almost makes the person be like, this isn't even worth I'm just gonna submit right here to this because it ain't even worth it. And once you get in the habit to submit and well, we going like this is a wow, this is not this podcast. I'm not trying to go red or blue pill here, but like, like but once you get into the habit, once you get conditioned to submit to someone, you repeat
You
it
do it every
over
day,
and
yeah.
over again.
Or
You
if
feel
you
me?
and it's also a condition is both ways, like white supremacy now, and again, our guest talked a lot about this in
So
her book
we came on
about
this podcast with
I was ready
this
because
and
you know what I mean? Because she did this a lot where she was talking about how like white supremacy, a lot of people hear that word and they assume extremists and like fucking
yeah,
like skinheads and stuff. And it's
there's
just like,
soft
nah.
supremacy too.
What?
There's soft supremacy. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I'm saying white supremacy is like has layers, and it's not just extreme. Well, yeah, you're saying this, not the extreme is the extreme. The norm is the majority, and also is
Right.
white supremacy. You feel me? And
Yeah.
so, but then we're just looking at the extreme, and um it's like it takes a lot of energy for whiteness to also be in a place where they consistently have to prove that they are above, better than,
Mhm.
um and it gets played out in the most basic nonchalant
Arbitrary
ways.
way. Yeah.
And it's like I could have easily said, and it's like there, if she had caught me in a different mood at a different time in my life,
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't have said anything.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, again, we are talking about a burger, right? Someone could
Mhm.
listen to this podcast and be like, girl, you're tripping. It's just a burger.
Mhm. It's the
It's never
principle.
just the burger. It's never
It's
just
never.
about the
It's never.
burger. And
Okay.
and so it's like, yeah, it was a very interesting interaction. But I also was like, again, like I only had like one glass of wine, but like, other people was just indulgent, and it's just like, yeah. And it's like she
Yeah.
had a few glasses of wine, and then you start acting a certain way, certain things come out. Like, I'm not
Right.
surprised. It's like, okay,
Right.
you acting,
It's your natural self.
you was getting relaxed, right? Like, and that's the thing, is like it gets so ingrained, it's so like nurtured
I love it.
into whiteness. Whiteness is so nurtured into white people, and
Mhm.
they really have to buy into it, and then they do dumb shit like that, and they don't even realize the effect that they're having on people, because she's not thinking about that damn burger right now. She's probably eating it for lunch
Mhm.
and being like, "Whatever." She's probably not even considering that interaction
Right.
at all.
2000%.
Um, and that is the problem.
That is the problem.
That is
The problem with America today.
that
I
shit.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm happy that you got to that running has brought you into a exclusive restaurant where you was just surrounded by two black and I don't is what is first of all, I don't remember. I don't know her real name, but Maddie is
Yeah.
Hispanic, like in real life, right? She's not playing one on this show. Like
Is she
is
playing
she
one in general? I thought she was just being a white girl.
nah.
In the show, she's
Yeah,
Hispanic?
yeah. I think in the show she's Mexican because you get to
What?
see her mom and dad in the show.
Oh, maybe I just didn't pay attention to that.
It's like real quick, like you see them for a minute and stuff when they do her backstory.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, because her dad basically like a bum.
Yeah, well,
And
she doesn't lead with her ethnicity because if you look her up on Instagram or look her up on Google, it literally just says American actress. And
facts.
when you're white
She
passing, you can do that.
Yeah, facts.
And
So
you
she
can
probably is
pull
Hispanic. She
the
probably
race, you
because
can
she give
pull
me
the
Mexican
ethnic card
vibes.
when it's
She give me
convenient.
Mexican vibes.
But if
Yeah,
you're white passing, then you can just
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is that podcast today, y'all.
it is. It is. It is. You know what I mean?
But we was gonna tie it to running. I promise it was gonna be tied to running.
Yeah.
We just don't have that thing yet. But no. So you surrounded by Mo, Nas, what's her name? Maddie. We just gonna
Alexa
call her Maddie.
Alexa Demi.
Alexa Demi. Hey.
Yeah.
Um. And then you also just like having a free meal in this exclusive restaurant, this
Delicious.
weird ass name and stuff like that. Like this was fire. This was
Yeah.
fire. Like this was a super LA night. Like I appreciate this story. I appreciate I get to live vicariously through you because that sounds lit. That sounds so dope.
This is wild. Yeah. Damn, she's 32
Yeah.
and she's 5'6", so not far off. I said
Oh,
five
she's
three.
not that super tiny.
To me, that's tiny.
I mean, I get you, but I don't
For
get
you,
you,
that's
but
like, oh, perfect.
yeah, that's like hey baby, that's like
Right.
right
That's
there. Like
perfect. Like
what's
to me, I'm
good?
like, that's small.
Yeah.
Um,
How tall are you, Courtney?
I'm 5'9". But then I put
Okay.
shoes on and then I'm basically
Like 6 feet.
5'10".
Basically
It's not
5'10".
6 feet. You
Mhm.
just
Yeah, I
went
mean,
up
you know
3
what?
inches.
Honestly, anything over 5'10" is 6 feet to me. Anything
I
over
mean, for
even
most men, yeah.
4'10", 4'10", you 5 feet. Over 5'10", you 6 feet. Like who out here talking about I'm 4'11", I'm 4'12".
But I'm 5'9",
Like I'm
realistic.
5'11", I'm 5'12". Like, no, my nigga, you six
No one
feet. You
says
should
I'm
be
5'12".
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You're right. Nobody would say that. You right. You know what's funny though?
Yeah.
Um, Either I was having a conversation with somebody or I heard this in a conversation, but like nobody really knows how tall anybody is because moms be lying about their height so much.
Who lies?
Most well, men, first of all,
Well,
a
men
lot,
lie.
yeah,
Yeah,
about the men lie about heights, about their height
for
and stuff
sure.
like that all the time and stuff. Like I remember having a conversation with Deanna. Shouts out to Deanna, we miss you. But like I was having a conversation, but she thought I was taller than I really am. And she's taller than me. She thought, and she's like definitely taller than me.
Yeah,
And I mean, not by much, but
she's tall.
like, yeah.
I think she's taller than me.
But she could not register in her brain that I was like, not that would sound weird, but she couldn't register that like I was shorter than her. She was just like,
Yeah, you have a big
she was like,
personality.
I told her how tall I actually was. She was like, really? Because
What
if I say the number, it sound mad short for a man.
what are you, 5'9"?
I'm five, whatever I need to be.
You're
But
5'8".
I'm not even saying out loud what I am. Like I'm not because nobody thinks that I'm that height. But I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna say it out here in
Meanwhile,
public.
everyone thinks I'm 6 foot.
Hell yeah, I thought you was this whole time. Like it's the legs. Just the legs give 6 feet.
Well, it's like
Like
when you have a big personality and a big presence and you're tall, people think you're
mhm.
just a giant.
People think I'm 6 feet. I am not 6 feet.
No,
I will say that. I am not 6 feet at
no,
all. My no stretch of the imagination, my 6 feet. But people think I am,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
wild. Yeah, yeah, running is it's so interesting because I'm in LA and I haven't put any work into like doing my own thing.
Mhm,
And it's been interesting to see the rooms that I've been in so far, and it's only been like 7, 8 months.
mhm.
Has it? No, wait. Yeah. And yeah, to your point, yeah. And I like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I wasn't gonna tell nobody because like women be having a wild bias like against short men.
But you literally
And
have a partner.
yeah, that's what it's just clicked in
Yeah,
my
like
mind.
why
Like
does it matter?
I don't need to impress anybody anymore. Like
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
getting used to that. Like I don't have to press anymore. So I think I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
Oh, God, I
So when you made that comment about Nas being tiny, I'm like, first of all, my nigga, like that's not tiny. Okay, like
That's my height.
I bet you ain't never looked at me. I bet you ain't never looked over the map and be like, damn, Ian, little as hell. No,
You guys have the same stature. Like he's thick too. Like both of y'all
yeah. So
are
I
like
mean, like, why that adjective? I do
because
think, bro.
if I stand up, because I also had like a little kitten heel on, so I was basically I was like I was when I tell you I was tall, I was significantly taller than every person at dinner last night. All of
That's
them were
fine.
women, and I think all of them significantly shorter than me.
Right.
And then on top of that, everybody else, everyone in the freaking room, maybe besides Mo,
Yeah. Have you
his
ever
big
looked at
ass,
Joe Stride? Yeah, folks, I think is actually tall.
he's tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever actually looked at Joe Stride length on Garmin or like Strava?
I have, and I don't get the most out of it, and my form is needs a lot of improvement. I don't lift my legs enough, and
Mhm.
it affects my shins.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it up. I'm kind of sour
It's a
about it.
sensitive place.
It's
Sorry.
a sensitive topic for me because I'm so tall, and yet I can't get my length, and I can't, and my speed is like,
Okay,
anyways,
I'm sorry. I
it's
apologize.
okay.
I apologize. But
Yeah.
I was like, so I'll bring it back to me. So Coach Robin did like give me some really good advice
Uh
at
huh.
the track the other day because the Wind Runners was at a track workout for 7 on
Hmm.
Sundays. And I think Kelsey was trying to tell me this maybe like 2 summers ago, but I just wasn't receiving the way she was telling it to me. So I could not make the adjustments and stuff.
Kelsey.
But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I felt what she was saying. I just did not know how to correct it and stuff. But Coach
Hmm.
Robin, like 2 years later, gives me like she was like, bruh, lead with your chest. So I started leading with my chest because I always like I try to lead with my hips, but
Yeah.
I bring my chest back and my shoulders be up, which I've been working on relaxing my body. But
Yeah.
once again, I lead with my pelvis, not necessarily with
Same.
my chest and stuff like that. So she just like told me like to you have to lean with both. Like everything has to be in line and lean with both. And I finally got it. But then I also got this drill that I have to start practicing, like falling forward. But I say all that to say, like, I was like trying to do it in the track, but I felt like I didn't get it just right because I also was having a hard time picking my knees up
Yeah.
because like I was leading with my chest, but then I'm like doing it like y'all can see me, but like I poked my hips back and stuff like that. So I wasn't leading with both the hips and the chest because it's a full
Yeah.
torso lean
Right.
and
Right.
stuff. So it's like I was just having a hard time like bringing my legs up. Probably felt like I was working harder and stuff like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird ass feeling. But then when I kind of got it for a lap, it also did not feel easier, but it felt correct.
Yeah, I was running I took a couple of days off from running, so I did a recovery run on Monday,
Hmm.
and I started to figure out, like, I need to put my shoulders back more and lead with my chest, but then I'm also by doing that, though, I feel like I'm pulling back, which is good in a sense because I was almost leaning I was, like, curling over and leaning forward too much, and, like,
Hmm.
all of the weight is going on my lower legs. And
Hmm.
so when I put my shoulders back and straighten my torso, like straighten my spine, corrected my posture, and
Hmm.
then like lift my legs a little bit and had I think for me it's also about trust that my feet will land where it's supposed to land. I think I've had
Hmm.
anxiety about like stepping wrong and hurting myself. So then I'm like
Hmm.
being really cautious with my steps versus like
Are you
loosening up.
clumsy?
No, actually I'm very coordinated.
Okay.
I'm not a clumsy person. I just have also just been very like um injury adverse
Hmm.
mentally
Facts.
because like
Facts.
growing up I used to see like kids on the playground and they would like do like climb something, fall off and break their leg, break their arm, and like they'd be
Hmm.
in a cast and I'd just be like I never want that. And so
Yeah, I've never broken a
I'm
bone. Like, knock
right
on
and
wood, I never want that.
exactly. And so then I'm just like or just like sprain and I've never hurt myself severely. Like I've never had
Hmm.
a surgery that required me to because I'm like because I'm and then I'm very reserved in my running, which then affects my form because I'm
Hmm.
not relaxed enough and free enough to fully get my full stride and my full, like, that's what it is. And so,
And
but
the ironic thing about
yeah,
that is if you the more conservative you are, the more prone to injury you become.
just like stress on my
Yeah,
muscles, and that's why I
yeah.
have these shin splints, which then fucks me up, where it's like the shin splints aren't detrimental to, in a way that it requires like a cast or anything, but it does
Mhm.
prevent me from like running the way I want to run. So yeah, like, so I tried out like changing up my form a little bit in that way that you're talking about with the shoulders and the back and everything. And I was like, oh, this feels really good. I feel lighter on my feet. I'm not pushing all that like weight down. Like it feels proper. So
Mm,
I feel you on that.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Any updates with your training?
Um, we ran 14 miles last Saturday, gonna do 16 this week. Technically it's like 16 to 18, but I'm trying to keep it under, I think it's like a 4% increase is what you're supposed to do.
I thought it
Um,
was okay.
what is
I thought
it?
it was like 10.
Oh, 10% increase. Okay. Well, I don't know. If that's the case, then what does that mean? Anyways,
I mean, 10 ain't a lot, but I mean, what works for
10
you?
is a
If that
lot.
4 works, I think you shouldn't go over 10% increase.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll run 16 to 18 miles this weekend.
That's fire. That's
But
fire.
yeah, and then in our last conversation with Coach Robin, she was talking about, protecting the long run. Like that's the most important run during your training. And so like with that in mind, I didn't go to track this week. And I did Pilates and I did some hot yoga and I also did some scraping on my leg, like we
Facts,
talked about
facts,
with
facts.
my gua sha, and that's helped a little bit, but it was my left shin and now it's my right shin. Because I think my right shin is like was overcompensating. So that's like unfortunate for me. But yeah, we out here. Running along the motherfucking beach side,
Mhm.
along the, Pacific Ocean and
I
shit.
like that. I like that. That has to be beautiful scenery.
It's gorgeous. It's
It's
like
all sun though.
um, yes and no, because we're going out so early and the sun isn't even
Oh,
that
okay.
intense because it's winter. Like the
Got you.
sun would feel a
Facts.
lot more intense if it was summer, but the
Facts.
temperature still is not getting above like 65 degrees, 70
Oh,
degrees.
God, that sounds like
Yeah.
paradise. Oh my God. Yes.
So it's like it's
Oh,
very, very, it's like training season
talk to
and
me nice.
for the LA Marathon, the weather in LA for training season for the LA Marathon is like second to none so far for
Impeccable.
me.
Yeah.
Like I've
I
never
was
been so
just,
active in January.
yeah, facts. Facts. It's so hard to get out the door. I was just cursing. Like I was like, why the fuck do we even have spring races? Like who the fuck who wants to train in this? Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ew.
God. What are we spring racing for? Like, no. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously cold. What I was gonna say was though,
Mhm.
and since we don't have like a guest for this episode, maybe on IG for like the real
Uh-huh.
portion, why don't you just do like a gua sha demonstration, a scraping demonstration for the real?
Got you. I'll
And
do
let
that.
us know. Let us know what it looks like.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. It's honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit up one of these brands and see if they'll send me like their kit so I can actually get the proper tools.
I'm gonna
Um,
try this. I'm gonna try this. I'm
but
just gonna hit up brands and be like, hey, like
literally,
let me borrow that.
literally, not
I
even
got a
borrow, like
podcast.
I'll have it. Thank
Let
you.
me hold on to that. I
Yeah.
talk about
Let me
it.
hold
I'll say
some.
things.
Yeah, do a
You get a
review.
dollar.
Mhm. I'm not at a place yet where I'm getting paid a whole lot for brand partnerships, but that's the goal this year is to like really get into it. And I've had conversations with Matthew's sister who like that is her job and she gets paid very well for just making content, and half the content doesn't even end up on her page. Like she literally makes content for these other brands to put on their Instagram.
Mm,
Yeah. And then or like in their newsletter or something. And then she was talking about how like as much as she loves her job, she doesn't like to like be caught in public doing it because it's like kind of
yeah,
cringe.
yeah,
And and I get it because like people talk shit about influencers and yada yada yada, but it's just like they do that, I think, one, because women have dominated the space and and historically women
Mm,
dominated professions are not taken as seriously as
that's
male
interesting.
dominated professions. So like there's that. And then also on top of that, I'm like all of these influencers who are in this privileged situation, primarily white, and fit this specific look, have been uh they've been able to what is the word that I'm looking for? Um fuck. They've been able to oh my god, generate revenue income from, and it's not that's not what I'm looking for, but like there's a word, capitalize. They've been able to
Hmm.
capitalize on this industry and make bank, right?
Hmm.
And then it starts opening up to more diversity, and like people are talking shit about it, and it's like I'm going to just do it and just do it and just not give a fuck, because it's like who cares? I literally saw someone say, like, someone posted a TikTok the other day that was like, that was mimicking someone being like, I'm not going to do that because that's cringe. I don't want people to think that I'm cringe. And then she's like, has anyone ever died from being cringe? Like, just do what
Right.
the fuck you want to do and stop worrying about
Right.
being cringe. And then I
Right.
saw another TikTok that was like, this woman went off where she was just like, she's like, "Oh my god, everybody has a podcast." And she's like, "You know what? That's really weird because that means that you're obsessed with like individualism and like exclusivity, and like that's really fucking weird because it's like how are you going to be mad that someone else has a motherfucking podcast? It's like and they're creating content and it's like, "Oh, like first of all, you don't need to listen to it. Second of all, it's like you're mad because there's a large group of people doing something that is similar." It's like that's human nature. It's like everyone's so like
Exactly. Facts.
obsessed with this like exclusivity and being the only one and having one being the best, and it's like that's so limiting,
Mm-hmm.
and only and
Mm-hmm.
like it puts people up on this pedestal where it's just like they do it, you cannot do it, and it's like fuck
Right.
that. I'm gonna do
Because
whatever I
nobody
want.
feels that way about sales associates in Walmart because there are not enough of them.
Right, because
Okay, and
it's
we
not.
need more.
Shut up. But yeah, like that's just kind of my awakening within like the like transitioning from being like, and I've also been, in conversations with brands who are just like, we don't like, influencers are, ugh. And it's just like, okay, but influencers help you sell your product, fam.
Yeah, they
Like,
saying
and
it's just
like
so they can
grow
lowball
your fucking
prices. Like they don't want
platform.
to.
Yeah, like you're that's fucking stupid. Like, don't come to me talking about how you don't like. No, I'm gonna do my thing and I'm gonna grow my platform. I'm gonna make my money because
There
these
you
other
go.
girls can. And there's like another TikTok that I was watching was just about how like specifically these white influencers, because they've been able to do it, they've like been the
Hmm.
ones that have excelled at it first.
Yeah.
They're being put in a position where they are the ones getting the majority of like the cost benefits of like not having to spend money on things, and then
Hmm.
having that money to spend on other things or save that money and invest into other things. It's
Hmm.
like shit costs money, and it's like these influencers are getting clothing, furniture, cookware, okay?
Hmm.
Like hair products, skincare products. People
Less money
spend
they actually got to spend on it.
right, people spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on this stuff on a regular basis trying to keep up with trends with people who are getting it for free. And now
Right.
those people are able to spend that money on other things that they want to do, like travel and which then feeds back into the image that they're creating of like this lifestyle of like abundance and all this shit, because they're able to
Hmm.
do all this stuff, and then the brands are obsessed with the things that they're doing and the lifestyle that they have, but they also just like aren't paying for the most things that a lot of the everyday person is paying for.
Facts. 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 I love that's wild. That's wild to think about. So not only are you generating income, but you also like not having to spend that income. You're able to reinvest that
Yeah.
income.
Yeah.
And it also adds to the quote unquote lifestyle and stuff like that. Cause then that also once you live in a certain lifestyle or perceive to live a certain lifestyle, then you also become
You
more
attract more brands.
yeah, you attract more brands and
You
stuff
become more
like that.
influential.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, this is
And
really
I'm
this
like, if they
wow.
can do it, I can do it too. And don't shame
Yeah,
me.
yeah, facts. I
I
you know
deserve as
what?
well.
I and it's funny because we had this conversation. I was like, I personally don't necessarily want to be an influencer,
Hmm.
but even just listening to what you're saying because it is a woman dominated space. one, I don't feel like I necessarily that's not a space for me, but also I'm wondering if I'm also looking down on it because like that's how I look at it. Like this is shit that like attractive women do.
That
Like
women
I'm a
do.
whole
Yeah.
grown ass man. Like
Yeah.
I'm be out here
Mhm.
just trying shit, you know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
asking to get paid for it. Like,
But these
ew,
motherfuckers are
you know.
getting money, like 6 figures a
Right,
year doing this
right.
shit, and so
Where
it's not something to sneeze at.
right. Like that's crazy because like I also like I don't think I necessarily do influencer stuff, but like I like creating my content. I like
Yeah.
doing like my voiceovers, which I think
Mhm.
people enjoy and
Mhm.
stuff like that based on comments and likes and views and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering like am I turning my nose up to an awesome opportunity?
Yep.
Because it's like it's 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 really interesting that you put it that
Mhm.
way, and it's making me rethink. Like, even if I don't do it,
Mhm.
because I'm still leaning towards not
Mhm.
like content creator, yeah. But like even like you say,
Call
influencer,
whatever
like
you want.
that's
I
a
I'm
specific
using that
thing.
word specifically right now because of the way people feel it's cringe.
It doesn't feel
But
masculine to me.
right, exactly. So then people sneeze at it, they look down on it, there's this like negative connotation about it. It's also just like this it's not considered a real thing, a real
Hmm.
career, whatever. And so I'm saying it because one, because like I don't use that term when I'm actually speaking about me normally. I'm using it here because of how
Hmm.
it
There's a
actually
point you're trying to prove. Yeah,
inflicts a certain
yeah,
feeling. But yeah,
yeah.
like the term that is now being used amongst the people who want to be taken more seriously is content creator. And I also, and a long time ago, someone was telling me in Matthew, like, you guys aren't influencers, you're people of influence, which has always been true for me. Like I know that. Whereas like I know I'm a person of influence at the end of the day. But that
Right.
what is that? You're an influencer. Remember when we had on a dude from Toronto?
Yeah. Q Quentin.
Q? Yeah. And I was saying that he's an influencer and he was
Hmm.
feeling like no. And he was, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was another example of me pushing back on that whole thing of like niggas think they don't want to be called an influencer, but it's like you are a person of influence, which then makes you
Mm,
an influencer because you are
mm,
actually influencing the way people move within a space. And that's not a bad thing because you're a
mm-hmm.
genuine human being and you're doing great things and you're
I love that.
influencing the running community in a positive way.
Hmm.
Like I think there's a way where you can reclaim it for yourself. But yeah, call it whatever you want. I call it content creation as well. But I hope when I post about a fucking yoga mat or yoga rug that people do buy it because it's better for your practice. And I
Right.
genuinely believe that. I'm gonna work with brands that I actually like working with. There are
That's
people who
fire.
just like work with anyone just to get any money. That's not the best, but that's how they run their business.
That's very interesting. This is just like I that's wild because like very cringe. Like I never like I love having and we've had conversations about quote unquote content creation
Uh-huh.
in the past and stuff like that. But I mean, I in my opinion, what we were trying to do took like the same skills and equipment and stuff like that, but what we were doing was different and it truly is because of the language you were using and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And not necessarily I was like you would be perfect for what it is that you're doing, but like I said, just never cause never seeing myself being able to also be like, yeah, I can do that too, because it doesn't sound masculine. It doesn't sound like some place I should be striving for as a man. Like
Yeah.
you feel me? Like that's
And
interesting. I love that.
I think the men who do take advantage of it and aren't like don't have an ego about it, I think you can get really far because there's a huge gap for men in
Yeah.
that realm, and there's tons of brands that want to sell things.
To men.
And what?
Well, I wonder like if you listening to this episode right now, well,
Mhm.
if you are listening, you hear this question. Dumb, dumbass thing to say. But like, um, who what male influencers do you know? Like who do you go to for your thing, for your information and stuff like that? Where are you at? Cause like I don't I know the content that I digest myself is from people who are something else, like a comedian, a radio broadcaster, a scientist, a, this, that, and the third. Like there's somebody else, like
Mhm.
their occupation is something else, but then they create content. But like,
Mhm.
who are like legitimate male influencers that y'all love to follow and listen to in whatever industry? I'm sure there's probably like a lot of workout people that might come to mind and stuff like that. But even
Mhm.
outside of that space, like who is your male influencer that you fuck with? Do you even have one, Courtney?
A male one?
Yeah.
Uh, there are I couldn't tell you their names, but I do follow guys that I get content stuff from, like, I get ideas from, but it's again, it's like, I think being an influencer works well, yeah, I mean, there's, like, it's like there's a purist version of, like, an influencer maybe, I don't know if that's even the right term, but, like, Matthew's sister, Jessica, she is a content creator, like,
Yeah.
and yes, she influences, but like to put more respect on what she does, because this is kind of where the conversation is going. She creates content day in,
Right.
day out. When she opens up her computer, she is talking to brands. That is her job,
Hmm. Yeah.
negotiating rates, etc.
Yeah.
And then going to the openings of things and like talking about the starts of stuff. And it's like, yeah, so there's that, which it's like, but I think the content creation, everyone is a content creator in a way. If you're going to participate on social media in any way that's significant, you're a content creator, and in a way, you're then influencing people. And so you can pop off with it, like you have Last Lap Corner Store, and as a business owner, you can influence people to buy your products with your content.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, you could probably do brand partnerships with some of the brands that you carry in the store to give more information and and to show people how to like use your those products, which then influences them to buy it from you.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Imagine if you had a promo code to certain things where it's like either they buy it out of Last Lap Corner Store, or if they get it off of online from the product, from the actual brand product, you still get paid from them buying stuff off of their website because they use your
Yeah.
promo code. So it's like there's I think there's different categories of what influencing is. And so yes, I don't necessarily know a lot of guys that are just like purely like content only.
Hmm.
um but I think you become more successful, or it has more purpose when you are someone who is very interested in a specific thing and you make content from that. And then let me wrap this back around to Jessica. She loves beauty, she loves fashion, she loves interior design and decor. Those are the three facets or pillars that she gets product partnerships with. So technically it's the same. It's always based on, it's never just like being a content creator isn't just getting sent random products. It's being sent products and having experiences with different brands and partnerships based on your interests. So you have to have the interest
Hmm.
first and the passion first.
Of course.
And so, but you're saying the guys that you follow that you feel are the influencer content creator category are like scientists and this and that or whatever. But it's like that's the same thing. They have a passion and they create content.
Yeah. 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 So that's what I'm getting from the conversation
Yeah.
is that there is no separation.
There, no.
It's one and the same and stuff like
Everybody
that.
is a content creator. And if you
Yeah.
want to monetize, it's just a question of do you want to monetize it or not?
Yeah.
And
That's
why
real.
not monetize it
That's
if
real.
you can?
I hope this is inspiring somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's listening and it's just real good with what they do. Cause I mean, it's quite a few runners that I know that's just like really, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And if you can find a way to get into it, get into the market and stuff, I mean, you don't need to quit your day job to do it and stuff like that. But if you're looking for something to do on the side that you already doing to get paid for it, like this is the conversation to motivate you to do it, hopefully. um, but I love that. But let's hop over. Um I
How's your
mean,
trading going?
yeah, because it's like this is what happens. This is what happens when we got to freestyle our podcast because we had to like pivot and stuff
Yep.
like that. It's an according podcast. It's not a running
Yeah,
podcast, which
this
is
is
why I love our
literally
podcast
free
because it's
form.
always us talking about so many different things,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it. But anyway,
Yeah. What's your
running,
training like? What is
bringing
interesting
it
you
back
right
to
now?
running because actually I do have a pretty decent connector to the influencer conversation.
Okay.
It's like because I realized turning my training into running and even me learning how to speak Spanish right now is
Mhm.
like using that as content
Mhm.
also keeps me more engaged and what's the word I'm looking in the consistency of doing the thing. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Uh um because like I took a break from lifting weights and stuff like that between Christmas and New Year's. That's all it was really supposed to be and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But prior to doing it, like I was like taking my camera to the gym with me. I was doing stuff like I look forward to doing that. Like, oh, what can I capture today and stuff like that. So yeah, like there's this big picture of like I want to get fit, I want to lose weight, I want to be sexy, I want to be faster, like I want to be all of these things, right? But like that those goals are so far in the future that it's sometimes hard to hang on to them and
Yeah.
pull motivation from them goals, right? Because they're
Yeah.
just so far, so
Mhm.
far. And for me, the right now goal of okay, like the gratification of people liking my workout videos. It's like, okay, so next time I go to the gym, maybe I can get some of this. Like that also was like go to the gym, like, and
Yeah.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
work out and stuff like that. So I was achieving my long-term goal, but also, creating content was driving me towards that. And I'm also like, um, the cringy part of
Mhm.
your sister-in-law not want to do things in public, right?
Mhm.
Like I want to create more running content and stuff
Mhm.
like that while I'm out on my runs. I figure like I want to talk about what I'm doing on my Instagram page, but I don't want to just sit in front of a camera and talk about it like, hey, this is what I did today. Like I want
Yeah.
people to see what I'm doing and
You in
stuff like that.
action.
Right. And and continue to do my voiceover stuff, which I have fun doing.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm like, because I'm not on a lakefront, right? I'm
Yeah.
like in the neighborhood running and I'm just like, like, what if somebody sees me with my little GoPro, like swinging that mug around, like getting my feet and stuff like that, or just getting myself, or maybe even me stopping along the run to talk to my GoPro and stuff like that. Cause,
Yeah.
just moving past all of that,
Yeah.
right? To just even do that. And yeah, once again, this is all for me. Like, I haven't even
Mhm.
gotten to the whole point of monetizing what it is that I'm doing. I'm just want to share with my homies
Mhm.
what I'm doing in a fun, silly way and stuff like
Exactly.
that. But I say all that to say that uh um it I am not going to the gym as much.
Mhm.
Also, I'm just not trying to put on more muscle. I have a love hate
You
relationship
feel
with
like it's
lifting
making you
weights.
heavy?
It does. Like I put
Yeah.
on muscle. Like I literally put on muscle. Like I'm November, December, I was lifting weights.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor, like easily 236 pounds.
And you're trying to get under 200, right?
I'm trying to get under 200. Now I know I
Yeah.
need to lift and do strength training to prevent injury and stuff like that. And I do love lifting weights
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. But it's just like it. I need to
Y
figure out.
you
I
you should
need to fall
do
in love with calisthenics.
I don't know what that is. I mean, you've kinda described it, but maybe you should try maybe you should try, fuck, why am I blanking right now? The Pilates class that's, like, super hard. It's, like, something cycle or it's not Soul Cycle. Soul Cycle is
Hmm.
great. Maybe you could get on a I mean, that's cross training, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about Pilates. There's a Pilates class.
Is it on that little machine, that board machine
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, I mean, that's Pilates. Mhm.
I
That
thought. Okay, first
that
of all,
will
I
that
thought
will help
Pilates was on the floor.
no, that's yoga.
I thought they was the same thing. Pilates was just a little bit
No.
more strength based.
Nah, Pilates is stupid hard, and
Okay.
it focuses on, like it gets your muscle groups, but then it gets those tiny muscles.
Okay.
And it's like what Pilates is like slow movements and basically bringing your muscles to its breaking point.
Okay.
And like yeah, like you'll see it's so funny because you'll be in a class and everybody's doing these micro movements, but everyone is like dying.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm gonna find this, so
I
continue
need to Google
talking, but
Pilates because I thought Pilates was just more intense yoga.
mm-mm. Pilates, like the why I'm suggesting Pilates is just because like it might help you get get that muscle going, like get that muscle growth, but then it like is also not like deadlifting, you know?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. The images I'm finding on Instagram, it look very similar to yoga. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, this little machine joint.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
I think I saw the
Um,
rim runners doing something like on their IG. They was in like this a class where they was doing stuff.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Also, I'm economically challenged right now, so
Yeah.
this
I feel
is
that. You're like,
this
no.
doesn't seem accessible.
You're like, this is not accessible to me, and I'm gonna
I,
say
I
no.
I need
But
to
if
fall in love with
you need to get
calisthenics,
into those
body
free
weight
classes.
exercises.
Yeah.
I need to fall in love with that and stuff like that because like running also just tears down my muscles so much. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to lose weight running, especially since I'm running consistently for the entire year and hopefully for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Um I know I'm gonna lose weight, but then I just look skinny fat and I don't want to
Skinny
do
fat.
that. Yeah. So like I it's really important. And I know I'm also repping up the amount of stress that I'm putting on my body, and strength training helps to prevent that injury.
Yeah.
Um, that's the school of thought I'm from. That's what I've learned and read about and heard about. So I want to continue to do that part, right? But I'm
Yeah.
just not motivated to do that part. Like going to the gym is a thing. Doing strength training at home in my living room, just calisthenics and stuff like that,
Yeah.
is not really motivational for me. And I need to figure out some
Yeah.
reward system. Maybe it is creating content, but I need to figure out some reward system to condition my mind to really just fall in love with that and
Mhm.
do it more often, um, to achieve my goals at a considerable rate of success.
Yeah, I feel like being led to by someone is key. I feel
Yeah.
like that's the thing that like you can only like I definitely push myself when I'm working out by myself, but I can also just kind of skimp out on certain things.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um I don't know, yeah, maybe talk to Coach Robin because she has really good like workouts that like
Mm.
she sent to me like when she trains me and it's just like easy. It's easy to
Yeah.
just like get in the zone, have it written out, and then you're just like in it and it's timed and
I do
it's like
like
body
the
weight focused.
I do like the NRC, the Nike training app,
Oh, that's probably
which
great.
now they got some of those workouts on Netflix too.
Oh, right.
Um, so I do enjoy those. I don't know. I just need to like, you know,
It's
get the
also
fuck
the dead
over
of
it
winter.
and figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like now here I am. I'm running a lot more, but I'm doing very little strength training. I am actually
Yeah.
going to gumbo strength training tonight,
Yay.
which is really difficult.
That's what I keep seeing. I feel like everybody's
It
like,
is
"Damn, this is hard."
hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. Edge will break you.
Break you. Like, you think you know,
Break
but you
you.
have no idea.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
But like I want to continue to go into that as much as possible. But like
Mhm. Free
I'm just
fitness.
really I'm just really in a place. I'm just really trying to nail down my routine. Like I got a spreadsheet. If you follow me
Mhm.
on Instagram, like you see I posted my little spreadsheet,
Oh, I
my
didn't see
training,
that.
which I got from Floberg Runs, I think is his name. Like I've been following his marathon journey. I think it's for Boston. I don't know. He's running a marathon in spring somewhere.
Okay.
But like I I didn't do a complete and copy and paste of his spreadsheet and stuff,
Mhm.
but I definitely use it as a blueprint to create my own, to really gauge my to really start planning out my workouts in advance, but also how to gauge how better I'm getting, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah,
like, um and I just really wanna nail down, like, just a freaking daily routine, like mobility, strength, running, like, just nail that in, and then once the summer comes, like, I get back to riding my bike and stuff like that, but I'll probably be living in the city by then, but, like,
right.
get back to just riding my bike, like, me and Karen, we talk so much about going swimming and just have not pulled the trigger on going swimming, but
Mhm.
just, like, adding all of these
Do
things
the
in,
swimming. Yeah.
so I am just like just by the spring summertime, like I just have a routine and
Mhm.
I am just going in on this routine that has just become so innate and stuff like that because like that's where I want to be. Like I was I think between I don't know if I talked about this on our last podcast. I don't remember, but I went to this grocery run event, which shouts
Mhm.
out to Jorge and Lucy. Like
They
and
looked
actually
amazing.
Marina, just Crystal, like the whole grocery run Lululemon team, like they just put like I do events,
They do events.
they do like
I mean, that's what
events,
they
like
do for a living.
it,
Like
yeah, like and
Lucy and Jorge, like that's
they
their
remind me.
jam. Yeah,
They
that's like,
remind me every time I
yeah,
go because like this
yeah,
could have just been like I would have had Mars out in the sun baking this like it was beautiful. Okay, I don't know. We was at a 167 Green Street or something like that, and it was
yeah,
like this basketball court that's like 40 floors up and stuff like that, floor to ceiling window.
yeah.
It was beautiful. They had like this small altar of like candles. First of all, we was in the lobby, right? We was in the lobby on the 30th floor or something like that, right? Which had like a fire pit in it, first of all. But
Yeah.
we sitting here, right? We all talking. Next thing I know, like this alarm goes off. It goes boop, boop, boop. And it's like light and blue and stuff. I'm like, damn, nigga, did somebody like light a fire? Like, is we finna have to evacuate? It's cold outside. No, the garage door is opening up to because I thought it was just like a window to look into the basketball court. No, it's a whole garage door situation, and the blue light is letting y'all know it's lifting up. So we didn't walk through a regular door. Monks
Damn.
open this garage door lift. We walk onto the floor. It's like whole ass like yoga mats for
Yeah.
everybody out there, right? With
Yeah.
with the little bag, they little names on it and stuff like
Wow.
that. So we go sit down, we find our place, and they open it up with like this like circle time, right?
Yeah.
And the question was, "What are you running from?"
Uh-huh.
And let me see if I can remember everybody's name that I was in a group with. Gloria, Liz, Marina, um, Milton, oh, the woman who actually led the yoga part to it. I'm
Mhm.
sorry I forgot your name, but she was freaking awesome.
Mhm.
And like two or three other people that I just met that night. But it was like such a great conversation about, what are you running from? That for us kind of turned into what are we running to in a sense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and then from there, we did some breath work, we did some yoga, we played like this little like like guided discovery game at the end that just reminded you of what your power was and what your influence
Mhm.
is in your micro communities.
Mhm.
It was beautiful. It was like I'm so excited about talking about this experience that I don't even remember why I brought this experience up
Nah, I
anymore.
actually am glad that you brought it up because I remember looking at it on social media and I was like, this is beautiful. Like the floor to ceiling windows, the court is gorgeous. I've seen it on people's social media a few times. I don't remember like what building is that? Like what court is that?
So they was like, "Come to 167 at Green Street or on Green Street." So I think the building is called 167, and that's the
Okay.
actual address of it. It looks
Okay.
like an office building too, but they just have like this basketball court. Like I don't know, and it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
overlooking the city. It's like this beautiful view. It was at night.
Wow.
It was nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really beautiful. I yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, of course, Jorge, Lucy. That whole team. I was like, yes, that they're the way that they put together events is like very much so goals for me. And I
Yes.
like I'm at a place personally where it's like I don't even want to put on an event unless I can make it that good. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Gumbo Fit events are like we have our, we do our strength and we do our and like that stuff is a little bit more like just it is what it is because that is what
Mhm,
it needs to be. Like it doesn't need to
mhm,
be a curated thing. People need to get a workout in.
mhm.
But like, yeah, I'm definitely looking to figure out how I can break that nut for me
That's what it is.
personally.
I host events, they curate
Yeah,
events.
they curate events in a way that is like the way I want to curate events.
Yes. It's
Very much
it's
so.
it was awesome and it was amazing and I appreciated it and I
Yeah.
appreciate it for being invited because it was definitely a space that I needed
Uh-huh.
in a week that was able to just give me this refresher and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I say all this to say, like, I don't remember. I don't remember. I really don't
What?
remember. I was talking about my what do you call it? My
Your
spreadsheet and stuff
training?
like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, my
spreadsheet.
training.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like doing those things, nailing down my routine, combining all of this stuff to really just make myself like just a legit all around like solid athlete with a core ass routine that I can create content from, do all of
Mhm.
these things
Mhm.
is just where I am right now.
Yeah.
Like that's how I'm feeling. I'm like oh that's what it was. Like I did that. I'm going to the gumbo things. Like these are really good, awesome points for me to like tie those elements in because once again, I'm having a hard time doing them at home. But like you said,
Right.
if I go to a class and I'm doing gumbo stuff, which is kind of like high intensity training and stuff like
It
that, it's
is,
just
yeah.
really segmented out and things like that. That's really cool. But I feel like from that, I'll be I won't be building muscle mass. I will be conditioning my muscles, which is
Yep.
probably what I should be focused on versus the entropy, which I
Yeah.
believe that's the size portion. I'm not
Yeah.
looking for bigger muscles. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking for stronger muscles
Mhm.
that can perform longer.
Got it.
And what I don't have a lot of information on building out a training program that focuses in on that versus a plan that's around making my muscle bigger and stronger.
Right. Yeah, I mean, definitely keep us updated on that because I too am in a place where I'm like doing a lot of different things to just figure out how I can make my body the best that it possibly can be. Cause I'm already in a
Mhm,
place where my fitness is better than I think it's ever been. Like
mhm.
ever.
Right,
Like even when I was
right,
younger, I was not working out at this level of intensity
right.
for this this period of like long period of time over the past years. Like it's all accumulative. And it was really interesting to hear like Coach Robin talking about how like the running takes like the ability of like running, the power of running takes like 10 years to build fully.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if we think about it in that sense, if we continue like for me, I'm like now continuously just bringing myself back to that fact so that I
yes.
can understand that it's a very much long-term thing. I've started running when I was 28 years old. I'm 32 right now.
Mhm,
I'm
same.
already at a place that is completely different from when I started. I think I was maybe 27, 28, whatever. But like that means I have a few years to even get to a place where like I'm even at the type of runner that I really want to be. As far
Mhm,
as like long distance running goes. I'm not even talking about speed, but I'm just talking about like the way my body functions and is like the ability of my body when it comes to training cuz I still feel very beat up in in my like marathon training and
mhm.
I'm at a place where like I want to be at a place where like running marathons, running like 25 miles a week is something that I just do on a regular basis, whether I'm
Right,
training or not.
right,
Like at least running 10 miles a week at the very minimum.
right.
Like that and
Facts.
I'm not there yet. I'm not when I'm done training, I've in the past just dipped down in my running completely.
Yeah, I feel like I wasted so many years after
Yeah.
having a conversation with Coach Robin. I wasted so many years of that drop,
Yeah. And you back up and your
slip
body's like,
up.
"Fuck."
pulls
Yeah.
dropped and stuff like when
Yeah.
I could have been just consistently running, and that would have been 5 functional 4 to 5
Years.
functional
Yeah.
years of just like
Growing.
legitimate running
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I do
So
want to say, because I don't want to discourage anybody from lifting heavy weights and stuff like that. What I'm talking about is for me personally and my personal goals and stuff like that. Um, I know I will be able to get to a point where I can go back to lifting heavy, but lifting heavy and achieving my goals. But before I get there, I need to ramp up my mileage because once I'm running more mileage, that's going to offset the heavy lifting and I won't get the same level of entropy, muscle growth and stuff like that. You know, because running will be keeping all of that in check. Right now, running 20 to 24 miles a week is just not enough mileage to offset that. In
yeah.
my opinion, I could be wrong. Anybody listening who knows a little bit more than me, please hop in a DM, give me some facts, help me learn so I can, because the sooner I can get back into the gym, I would love that and stuff like that. And I know I can also probably go into the gym and lift lighter weights
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that, which to me just ruins the experience.
You're
Like
like, I'm not here for that.
I'm not here for that. And it's not like a vain thing. Like I don't need people to, because I'm also heavy for me is also
Mhm.
not to a point where it's like, damn, folks over there lifting crazy. Like, no, like, but it just doesn't feel good to lift a lighter weight. Like I'm not getting that reward that I feel. Like I don't feel
Not
like I'm
getting the pump.
struggling through it. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
Um,
I feel that. Well, sometimes I'll just say, oh, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like this week, because my shins were killing me. I didn't go to track Tuesday. I went to the gym and I hopped on the bike and rode the bike for over an hour. And I remember when I was injured before, like last year, Coach Robin would have me hop on the bike as to keep up my endurance. And she'd be like, just keep your reps per minute over 90. Cause when you do that, and like if you can do that for a sustained amount of time, like that cross chain training, just going to the gym has really helped me personally. And also just like sitting in the sauna sometimes. Like I don't go to the gym, and I don't know about you, but like yes, lifting is great, but sometimes I go just for like the swim, the sauna, the bike, the stairmaster.
Right.
I don't know if that is applicable to you at all.
Yeah, you gonna see my ass on the stairmaster swinging my leg out so I can get a butt. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm here on the stairmaster squatting. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Listen, there
Yeah.
we go. But I
Um,
don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. That's where I'm at with my training, is just trying to nail down a routine that really works for me. Because I feel really good about my running portion.
uh-huh.
I feel really motivated to be consistent and to keep going. And then also because like the speed project isn't like a race for time too much for us. I'm really I feel really flexible. Like I ran yesterday. Today's supposed to be like my shorter long run, like really chill, easy, but not like a recovery run. Um, but I did what on like 3.5 yesterday.
Yeah.
Today I kind of like, because I just woke up in like just a little blue funk. I had like just cloud over my brain and stuff, and I don't think I don't think I ate enough yesterday. So I
Mhm.
just woke up really drained and really hungry,
Mhm.
even though I slept really well that night. Last night, I just decided not to run, and
Mhm.
I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's going to negatively impact me because tonight I'm going to shrimp train.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow I'll do another 30-minute run. I know I
Yeah.
got my long run Saturday, so maybe I won't. But uh, I can also make a miles on my Sunday run, which I have been either not running on Sundays and just hosting, or I've been doing only 3 miles. So there's
That's
also
good.
that. I have that on Sunday, but I just feel like I can just be mad flexible in my week. I'm trying to
Mhm.
train based on my whoop, but even though I had a green today, like I just wasn't going to push myself to go out there and and drag myself through that run. Like I just didn't feel physically in a space to do that run and
Yeah, I
stuff
mean,
like that.
sometimes my Oura ring will tell me that I had like optimal rest, and I'm just like, but I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
So
No.
I think there's also these things have limits too. Like I
Mhm.
think ultimately our body is the biggest information or like the biggest telltale for everything. Like it'll tell
Yeah.
you what it wants the
Yeah.
most. And I'm trying to, now that you said that, now I'm like, what did I get? Yeah, I only got good sleep last night because I got home late. Okay. Not optimal.
Not optimal. I was lit. Fighting over
I was
birds.
fucking lit, okay?
Yeah.
And well, there was something that I wanted to share today, but I don't know if you have anything else to add to your training thing, training
No, let's go.
updates.
This conversation fluid. I might think of something else,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
But Pilates, I'll just add, Pilates is crazy. If you guys are ever in LA and you want like a very like challenging Pilates class, go to Carrie's Pilates in Beverly Hills.
Mm.
Shit's insane. Like it's insane.
Scares
It's not
me.
like any other Pilates class I've ever been to. Like it's so hard. And like my inner thighs are killing me right now and my arms are killing me. And I left feeling like, oh, that was fine. Like whatever. But I also had to stop several times within the class. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone do a Pilates class and do every single movement without stopping from beginning to end. I've never seen that. People
That's wow.
are always taking a second somewhere within that routine.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I have been gifted something and I haven't shared it on social yet, but I wanted to share it here because I thought it was really dope. And it's from Higher Dose. And it's also
Okay.
the name Higher Dose is coming from just like getting high on your own supply type thing. Like,
Okay.
getting high off of just like the vibes of being of like what I'm about to share. Okay. And it's a mat. It's a PEMF Pro Mat, infrared PEMF therapy. And it stands for pulsed electromagnetic frequency. I think. Wait, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And it's like, now I'm gonna show you for those watching, I'm gonna show you like you see it,
Okay.
and it says Higher Dose on top.
Oh wow.
And it's got like this plug-in that is damn. You see that plug-in?
Oh wow. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a mat on steroids.
Yeah. So and it's got oh shit, I'm messing up my entire setup right now recording. Sorry for those listening. But I wanted to share it because I'm just now starting it, like, giving it a try. Yes, I'll post about it. But I think it's really dope because I had a choice between a sauna blanket, which is literally like you get in it and you just sweat and you're getting
Okay. I
high
love
off
that.
the benefits of sweating and getting a good sweat. It's like working out but not moving. And then they also had like a infrared face mask light thing, which is like, yeah, that's cool. But I really wanted this because you can get stretches in. You can just lay on it. Like you turn it on. It takes about an hour to warm up. So it gets hot, right? And then all those little blue crystal thing, the lines in between those like blue lines are crystals.
Okay.
Okay. And it's like, it's, I'm just going to read this because
Go
I
ahead.
just want you guys. So the mat combines two of the most powerful recovery technologies, the pulsed electromagnetic frequency and then the infrared heat. So it has the infrared heat, which deeply penetrates. It says infrared's deeply penetrating heat promotes a full body detox, improved circulation, reduced inflammation, and inside out healing. And then the PEMF therapy mimics the Earth's magnetic field for a full body reset. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
It is supposed to reduce. So altogether, the mat is supposed to reduce stress, elevate energy, give you rapid muscle recovery, improve circulation, and give you restful sleep. Now, the electromagnetic frequency has different levels to it, and you can like set it on like the plug-in thing. Level 1, it's literally pulsing waves through the mat that then go into your body, right?
Like sonic waves?
Yes. Like
Okay.
sonic is sound, but I can't hear it. So it's like,
Yeah.
but maybe it's like it's 3 hertz. So like level 1 is 3
Yeah.
hertz. and that's a delta brainwave for sleep. Level 2 is 7.8 hertz, which is a theta brainwave, uh, which is like it says. Hold on, wait a minute now. I'm trying to give you all this information because I thought this was really
Okay.
fascinating.
I
Delta
mean, this
2
is
is
high tech.
for yeah, it's for so Delta 1, like level 1 is for sleep and deep relaxation. Level 2, which is the theta brainwave, is for resetting and reconnecting. Level 3 is at 10 hertz. It's an alpha brainwave for mindfulness and awakeful relaxation. Level 4 at 23 hertz is a beta brainwave for focus and alertness. Okay. Then there's also an ion setting, which like basically neutralizes negative ions in your body. So that like it's basically like biohacking. Have you ever heard of biohacking?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Explain
Yes.
it though.
So biohacking is like, and it's so LA because like I literally ran it. I literally met this girl recently who has like this a thing that looks like a whoop, but it's on her ankle. So it
Mm.
also looks like uh what are those ankle like it looks like an ankle bracelet, but
Like
it's
house
not.
arrest.
Right. Yeah, but she wears it underneath her sock
Uh-huh.
and it pulses, it like taps her throughout the day when it senses her like heartbeat indicating that she's either stressed or inactive or something like that because it's a biohack in basically
Right,
making you adjust to something else so that you don't maintain that stress level or you don't maintain that like lethargic like moment or whatever.
right.
So this is kind of like that's like biohacking of like you got a lot going on in your body, but then like you lay on this mat and it's like hacking through all of that to get you at a better place mentally and physically.
Got you.
You
Got you.
feel me?
This is interesting.
Yeah. So
How have you have
uh-huh.
you been using it?
Yeah. So I set it up a couple days ago and I like laid on it yesterday and it was very, very relaxing. I mean, like it was weird because it's just like you're laying on the mat, but it's like a heated mat, and then it's like all these crystals are underneath you, which you kind of can feel,
Mhm.
and it's like crystals and charcoal,
Yeah, okay.
you know. And so there's that. I feel like Karen would be really into this. Uh, and but then you can do like I can do like my stretches on it, right? I can like watch a show and just kind of like do that. I can also just kind of have a moment of rest. Like they said, there's a timer on it for like an hour, 3 hours, or 12 hours, where you can just leave it on
Wow.
all day and then just take breaks with that within the day and like just lay on it for a second, reset,
Wow.
come back. You can set the waves to whatever you need at that time. If it's like if you need a reset, if you need to feel more alert, you can do that, you know?
Yeah, I'm just really curious about this whole like wave thing and sending like alpha, beta, theta signals to your body and stuff like that, them coming from the outside.
Mhm.
Like is this science backed? Is this something that
Yes.
actually works and stuff like that? Because also like I keep seeing stuff about brown noise, pink noise, like all of
Mhm.
these
Oh,
different things. Like,
interesting.
is this stuff like real?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I would say yes, but obviously I'm not a scientist, so I can't really get into like all of the like the science behind it, but I've also
Mhm.
heard a lot about it as well where it's like I've also heard people use like you said like the noise, like people can use they can turn on a certain like sound that's at a certain level of hertz like that
Mhm.
then, you know, it basically allows you to feel a certain way. Janae Eiko, she did that
Mm.
in her last album. Her whole album is based on sound waves
Wow.
and the way that it affects you when you listen to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Um, what do you think
Had
about
like
it?
spent some time with this.
Yeah.
Let
Well,
us know how
okay, I
you
wanted
feel. Like, because I'm really
yeah.
interested to see like if when you need one of these different things and you go to this mat for that, are you actually getting what it is that you needed?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit of like you're gonna feel good no matter what if you lay down on something like that's nice and hot and warm and cozy.
Yeah.
So there's that,
Facts.
right? So, but then it's like if it's literally has like it literally has a charcoal layer which like it says here binds charcoal binds to pollutants and helps to flush out impurities and deepen your deep detox. And then there's like a clay layer that emits negative ions and balances the heat. Then there's a magnetic layer, a grounding medical grade magnetic strip improves body flow or improves excuse me, the grounding medical grade magnetic strip improves blood flow and circulation. And then the crystal therapy, which I was talking about, is amethyst and obsidian, uh, deepen the benefits of infrared naturally generating negative ions, which fight free radicals. So, like, you have the ions fighting free radicals, which then that's the shit that like ages
Ages.
you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also infrared, there's a lot of studies about infrared lighting, like light that is like illuminating a lot of science about like just what the benefits are. Like, it's not just
Mhm.
about being anti-aging, but it just like, yeah, there's a lot going on there that I think is really beneficial, that I know is beneficial, and that a lot of people are starting to like find more information about. So it's interesting. And so, yeah, to your point, I'm going to use it and see how I feel. My goal is to use it at least like once a day,
Yeah. Facts.
and hopefully it'll help with my recovery.
Okay. Courtney with the tech.
It is heavy as shit though. It like got to
It
my house and
sounds
it's
like it should be heavy.
it's 43 pounds. I'm literally reading here. Like I tried
Damn.
to lift it. I was like, this shit is fucking heavy. And it's like, it's a good size. It's like, I mean, they're saying it's travel friendly. They say that you can do it in like 20-minute cycles throughout the day as much as you
Mm,
want. So that's my
that
newest toy.
okay. Get you a little weighted blanket, lay on it. You know what I'm
I know,
saying?
right?
Be
Take
good
a
and
nap.
knocked out. You
Just
feel me? That
knocked.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a little skeptical,
Okay.
but I feel like I've heard about benefits from a majority of the things that's in there.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm curious, but like you said, like, but then also I was listening to Huberman last night, and the placebo effect is like crazy. Like just believing that
Yeah.
something will happen to you and your body
Well, it will
is
actually
sometimes
do it.
is yeah just as good as like a pharmaceutical or something, which is basically what he said on the podcast or his guest said on the podcast. So
Literally.
like I'm really curious. I'm really curious to
It
see how
says
that works for
here
you.
it says here that the benefits of PEMF alone are out of this world. They say literally astronauts used it to recover from a debilitating space mission. So the way
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, if it's good enough for for astronauts, I feel you. Like, man, I wonder when we just gonna get to a point as a civilization where we just like just using
mhm,
like this, like like because this is like molecular healing
yeah.
in a way.
And it's like, okay, they're saying that, right, the electromagnetic waves that mimic natural frequencies found in nature, like people talk about grounding. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Where you literally need to take your shoes and socks off, and put your feet to the ground because the electromagnetic frequencies within the earth is something that
Yeah.
human beings need to be connected to. And there's healing properties in that. Like this mat is mimicking it,
Yeah.
is what they're saying, which is
Yeah.
in and of itself, itself a healing property. And then and then it says there's 20 pounds of healing crystals layered inside the mat.
Just 20 pounds of amethyst and
And
Siberian. What is it called?
uh, I think obsidian.
Obsidian. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's
which
wild.
produce negative ions, right? And it's like,
Like, and then like that's even a whole like that's
yeah,
it's
when
interesting. This is like
heated.
I am not versed enough to speak on this. It
Uh-huh.
just sounds like some spaceship shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Well,
sounds like it sounds wild. It sounds very futuristic. Sound like something the Jetsons probably slept on. You know what I'm saying? Like what was no, what's what was that show from Disney Channel? What was that movie? Xenon in the
Xenon,
22nd century or something
Xenon.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's like
exactly.
the mattress she probably slept on. You feel me?
Well, and
Um,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was well, so what this makes me think of, because it says that like the crystals create the negative ions, think antioxidants in the air when heated. I go to Have you ever been to the King Spa in
No.
Niles, Illinois? It's just like an hour outside of Chicago. Highly suggest that you and Karen go as like a recovery, also like date time, whatever. It's a Korean spa. You walk in, like you go to the male locker room, female locker room, whatever, and then like they give you um you take a shower and there's a whole bathing area where there's like a hot tub, a hotter tub, a cold plunge, a sauna, a steam room,
Mm,
showers, and you
mm.
just like and you like you can go around and just pop around in all of the different waters, and then you can go in the sauna and the steam room. And obviously like the point though is like you come out and you're like you take your shower, you shower before you do it, you can probably rinse off also afterwards, then you put on the uniform that you wear in order to go into like the public area of the spa, and it's a oversized t-shirt and like oversized shorts, and then you get like slippers, and you
Mm.
just walk around barefoot. And then from there you go into the main area, and it's a collection of different saunas, and the saunas have crystals on the wall because
Wow.
the heat activates the ions in it, which then
Yeah.
creates a healing, right? And so you just literally go into the room, and one room is like all gold and you lay on the ground. Then you go, and then there's another one, it's like all amethyst, and you lay on the ground and you just like sit there, and you're just and the ground is hot. It
Okay.
and then there's like an area, and then there's also like a whole ass like straight up just sauna where it's like the hottest of all the rooms. And you can go in there, get a real good sweat. And then there's a Korean cafeteria right there with some
What?
delicious food. So you can go ahead and eat whatever. And then there's a general area where you can just sit. If you feel like you need to take a break, you can just sit and hang out. You can pull out your computer if you want. They have a movie theater in there playing just random, like good old classic movies. You go
Just good old
upstairs.
classic
Yeah.
movies.
You go upstairs. They have an oxygen room. They have a
Okay.
room where you can lay, and then the light, you lay and you put your head underneath this wooden area, and it's all infrared light on your face. Niggas are in
Okay.
there sleeping. You can spend the night if you want.
Knocked out.
Knocked out. You can spend the night. You can eat. You literally, when you go. For me, when I was in Chicago, I used to just go early in the morning, spend the whole day, eat, sleep, lay down, be in the sauna, be in the baths, maybe get some work done if I felt like it, and then at the end of the day, go home.
Just being there all day.
Literally all day, because they also have Wi-Fi. And yes,
Wow.
and like Korean spas like just know how to do it. And it's like, and if you know that you've been needing like a cold plunge in and of itself alone, I feel like it's worth just for the cold plunge, because it's like fucking cold. And
So
you can
wait, so you just pay
it
the
costs
admission
like
fee
yeah,
to go in?
literally. Yeah. And then you can spend the whole day. And then if you want to spend the night, you pay just like maybe $10 more, $15 more. And it
Get the
costs
fuck
like
out of here.
30 bucks to get in. I remember there used to be, you can look on Groupon. Groupon used to have $23 entry tickets. Like I used to get them off Groupon. Spend the
That's
whole day.
wild.
It's a fucking vacation.
And
People bring
they
their
do
kids
have
in
a
there
lot of
sometimes.
add-ons like the CBD oil treatment, the
Yep.
scrubs, if you want like a royal massage or Swedish
Yep.
massage or
Then
acupuncture.
you can start, but you literally can just get the benefits from the sauna and all of the pools and all that and all the stuff. Cause like what I would do if I felt like I wanted like a treatment, my favorite thing, and I don't know if they provide this for the men, but this is something like if you want to do something special for Karen, get her a full body scrub.
Yeah.
Because the women, you go into the bathing area in the women's locker room, then you wait for your time, you get called, and you're completely naked. The women are like in these like they're in bra and panties themselves, like their uniform is
Mhm.
like and like you get on the table, they splash water on you, and they scrub and exfoliate from your motherfucking neck to your toes. Okay, it's
I love
incredible.
it.
Yeah.
Is it the body scrub?
Yep. Yep.
Oh no, the Aroma Gold scrub and oil treatment?
No, it's the
Oh,
body scrub. It's a full body scrub, and I think they mainly do it for women. I don't know if the men do it.
Well, here, no, they have the King scrub, which is 70 minutes for the men. It for the body scrub, it doesn't say male or female on it, so I'm assuming all.
Yeah, it should
But
be like
it's like 30
$70.
minutes. Yeah, it's like well, it's 90 now.
Oh,
So
okay.
it sounds like they had some price
They probably,
increases.
yeah. I mean, we're kind of going through a recession right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so literally, like, and I found a Korean spa here in LA, and I went there. It's like 2 months ago. It's
Mhm.
it's my favorite thing to do by myself. It's my date day for me. And I got
Yeah.
a facial, and I got a facial, and I got like some other massage. You can go there, get a foot massage, back
Yeah.
massage, any
Yeah.
type of massage.
Yeah.
And if you want to, you can buy a little sheet mask, put that on your face. Whatever. And then
Whatever.
eat some bomb ass Korean food. It is the number one way of recovery when I'm just trying to spend the day and do shit, and like it's just you sleep, eat, chill, recover.
Yo, it looked wild. It looks
Fucking
so
great.
good.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. Yeah, no, this sounds
But
dope. I appreciate
they
you putting me
use
on.
yeah, and they use that whole heated ion, and this is
Uh-huh.
basically this is like my little at home version.
And then so like and then we could also go into these different rooms together. We don't have to go in
Literally.
separately. Like it's
No,
not
because
like
that's the general common area.
yeah.
Everything else except for the locker room part where there's the baths and the sauna, like the steam room, and like the sauna, like your like the sauna that you normally would see like at a gym, that's in the locker room. But all the other saunas are like general sauna.
Interesting. Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, that sounds dope.
It's amazing.
That sounds dope. Well, my fiance popping, so she be having whole things to do and stuff like that. So I'll see if
Go
I
on a
can get
weekday.
squeezed in.
Go on a Monday.
Just going on Monday. Oh, that's when I'm off too.
That's why I
But,
said it, because you're off. And I mean, if she's ever off on a Monday, it's like, because the weekends are always usually pretty packed. But like, if you go on like honestly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have the space to yourself.
I love
So,
that. I love that. But I think
Okay.
that's a beautiful place
to
for
end.
us to
Just stop
end.
right
You
here.
feel me? 'Cause I know people doing their Googles just like I did
You're like,
mine.
what? Yeah.
You feel
King
me?
Spa.
You feel me? Listen, y'all. Once again, for the 62nd time, we appreciate y'all for listening. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, put your homies on, let them know we over here just talking good shit about running. You feel me?
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for listening to another episode.
Yeah. And have a great week. Weekend, week, whatever.
All of it.
Peace.